the first time under 2017 under Mike Brey. Meanwhile, Rutgers is playing in its second straight NCAA tournament. Steve Pikiell has stabilized his program, got a long-term extension last week. How stable has Steve Pikiell made Rutgers? Since Mike Brey was named the head coach of Notre Dame, Steve Pikiell is the sixth head coach that Mike Brey has seen run this program, Tom.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing to think about that. And you know, credit to what Steve Pikiell has done. You know, when he was talking about the extension, he said, I'm comfortable there. We've got a brand new practice facility, $25 million practice facility. It's one of the premier facilities in the country. He said, I'm happy. They're happy. I got Greg Schiano on my right. See Vivian Stringer on my left. I feel pretty good.
Well, keep in mind, coming from Stony Brook, his prior stop as a head coach for 11 years, he can appreciate playing in the Big Ten. Yep. And they gave him an opportunity here at Rutgers, and he has run with it.
Well, Rob Rourke in his first Ncaa tournament game tossed it up, so we're underway, and Rutgers has the basketball to start tonight's ball game. And the first jumper of the night, a 17-footer from Omori, and it's good.
And let us not forget, if it wasn't for COVID, this would be Rutgers' third straight year in the tournament.
Yeah, you could say that about a lot of teams in college basketball. Wesley to Atkinson, who got it right at the timeline and just couldn't hold on. Pat Driscoll says it's a backcourt violation. So the first turnover of the night goes to the Irish.
Well, that's something that traditionally the Irish have done this year. It's take care of the basketball. Only 10 turnovers per game. That's 25th in the country. But again, Rutgers pressures, disrupts, and that could be a factor in terms of turnovers.
They try to high-low, but Cormac Ryan cuts it off. He's going to try to go the length of the floor. Shot is partially blocked, and Omori comes out of it with the rebound.
You see the presence of Omori at the rim, the resistance.
Yeah, he's thick. He's listed as the most improved player on this Rutgers roster.
Notice Rutgers have gotten stuck on one side of the floor except for that opportunity, and that's what Coach Pikiell talked about, just ball reversal. We don't want to play on one side of the floor. Get the ball moving, move the defense.
The outstanding freshman Blake Wesley gave it up to Atkinson, who fumbled it for a moment. Got it back. Cormac Ryan off the screen. Goodwin. Prentice Hub, spectacular player. 7 on the shot clock. Atkinson goes to the cup. The ball was a little out of control, but he was not at the ends.
Yeah, early here, struggling to stay on top. Little helium in those basketballs. High dribble, but able to regather, take it from one side of the rim to the other and put it down off the glass. Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, fellas.
Yeah, when you close out, it's all about positioning. You don't want to be on the side and give a big guy an angle, especially if his big guy is a non-three-point shooter. Then you put his drives into the game, and that's a little bit of a scouting report mistake there.
Okay, he goes down low to Omori, and he's double-teamed, short on the hook. Atkinson with the board. Prentice Hub goes to Wesley, celebrating his birthday today, and kept his pivot foot for a moment, but then slid across the paint.
It's the right idea. A lot of times as a coach, there are certain mistakes that you can somewhat tolerate. You don't like any turnovers, but his heart was in the right place. He just couldn't get to a solid jump stop.
And how good has he been this year? Mike Brey said that he arrived on campus. He didn't really see him in person because of COVID. And he said after the first day of practice, he was like, oh, I think we have something here. Ron Harper Jr. with the fadeaway jumper.
Makes him such a tough matchup for opponents. Broad shoulders, husky, but a soft touch from distance. And again, a crunch time performer. Late game, late clock. He's as good as it gets.
Averaging just about 16 points per game. Atkinson gets low. And we saw him working on that shot during warm-ups time and time again today. And the transfer from Yale, who has his undergraduate degree from Yale, his master's from Notre Dame, has 4 points early on. And still has 1 year possibly left if the NCAA allows it.
Well, they're here tonight. I should probably have a chat with them post-game.
Baseline jumper by McConnell. It's good.
Well, McConnell, a stout defender, but showing his ability there along the baseline. A tough angle, but puts one down.
Wesley deadens it off the back of the iron.
But really impressed with Rutgers' size here with Amori and Ron Harper Jr. Man, if they can rebound the basketball, it's going to be problematic for Notre Dame. But Notre Dame, they have that great neutralizer, the three-point shot.
Cormac Ryan with the steal, and Notre Dame maintains possession. Prentice Hub was breaking away to the other end. That's where Ryan was trying to go.
There's high hands.
2-point lead for the Scarlet Knights. Wesley, step back jumper for 2. The rebound by Caleb McConnell.
Omori's got some lateral foot speed that's helpful in terms of the on-ball screen action.
Gio Baker with the alley-oop to Omori and the one-handed hammer.
Wow, he went behind the backboard and rammed that one down. Nice short pass lob. It'll be interesting to see Ron Harper Jr. trying to defend the perimeter players of Notre Dame.
Atkinson, that's a good catch. Finger roll. It wasn't Iceman George Gervin-like, but it was still a finger roll.
Well, Maury is helping aggressively with the on-ball screen. The help side's got to drop in some to give him time in that foot race to the rim. Atkinson with the finish.
Okay, to McConnell. McConnell, his 16-footer, no good. Wesley with the board.
2-3 matchup zone on that last possession by Notre Dame, and went to a man-to-man when the ball was in the middle of the floor.
Nice pass, Ryan for 3. Got it!
This is what the Irish do. They spread you out. They'll put 4 shooters on the perimeter, and it becomes a pick your poison. Great skip pass over the top of the defense by the Irish.
1-point lead for Notre Dame. Both teams 4 of 7 from the floor. Baker gets it off to Caleb McConnell inside. Back out to Baker way downtown. It's good. That's an answer.
Yeah, Baker stays hot from the three-point line. Made 4 threes in his last game. Unfortunately, it was a loss to an outstanding Iowa team that's similar to Notre Dame in terms of the way they can spread the floor, pass the basketball, play 5 out.
14 minutes to play. Ryan looked like he was bobbling it, but got control at the end to lay it in. He has 5.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight. Maybe they had a little corn on the cob at pregame meal, the buttery fingers, and somehow the ball just slipping out of their hands. Atkinson had some struggles.
Sounds very nutritious. Mulcahy, and it's tipped away. Ryan with the rebound, or with the pickup. Hub goes right to the cup and swings it off the side of the rim.
We're still looking for the under 16 timeout. At least we're getting some offense for the second consecutive game.
Yep. A lot of offensive game 1. Wright State knocked off Bryant. First ever NCAA tournament win.
3 early turnovers for Rutgers.
Baker, he had a size mismatch down low with Omori, but he decided to take the jumper.
Got some subs checking in.
Yeah, Steve Peichel is not one of the 3 subs. He's just keeping them company over by the scorer's table.
He's got a good view.
Sure does. Extra pass, Wesley going to the basket, sweeps it, lays it in for his first bucket.
It'll be interesting as this game wears on. Rutgers, they don't really want to get into rotations. They trap the ball near the sideline on that last possession. That allowed Notre Dame to play 4 on 3 on the weak side.
Good catch by Harper down low. Got some space off the glass. It's good. Ron Harper Jr.
to score the bucket.
His dad, Ron, fantastic ball player. Atkinson, good catch on a tough pass to lay it in. He has 8.
Some good sets here. Notre Dame lifting Rutgers defense, and that opens up the lob over the top for the easy bucket.
Whistle blows. Count the bucket for McConnell.
Boy, Wesley taking it to the hoop, a little razzle-dazzle, scooparoo off the window. Harper down low with the power game, the weight room shot. Timeout.
Back at the Final Four!
Yeah, I got my 4% cash back on our tickets with my Capital One Saver card.
Oh, snap. Bird's almost here.
Bird? Oh, man. Bird's been sore since losing to me in 79.
Really?
Whoa, I wasn't even born yet.
Oh, hey, fellas, y'all know 12-time All-Star Sue Bird?
Is there some other bird?
Yeah, this bird here to settle some scores on the court.
I'm game. Magic.
Looks like you about to get the double birds.
Swish.
Chuck, you got his back?
I only do cash back.
I'm stuck in this, like, infinite time loop thing. I'm reliving the same day over and over again. I get to do whatever I want. Plus, nacho fries never leave the menu.
She's violating the nacho fries limited timeline.
Does that happen every day?
Let's dip.
Try her now!
What's happening?
Let's get spicy!
Look out!
Oh, yeah, it's fast. It's fast. Fast like a rabbit. Papa, it's fast. Fast like a jaguar. It's brisk. It's snappy. Fast like a dog that's particularly fast. Oh, AT&T 5G? It's fast. You ready?
Okay, it's time.
Yeah.
You ready?
I need 5 more minutes.
It's been 3 hours.
That one by fast? Oh, that was a good one.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
Nothing here. Nothing in the walls. Nothing in the vent.
I found a quarter and buttons.
Why?
There's money hiding somewhere in our house.
With Rocket Mortgage, we can use the equity in our home and turn it into cash.
So I can stop looking and we can finally consolidate our debt?
Yes, please stop.
For a better way to find money in your home,
Rocket can.
Rocket.
If the midday break is like your halftime, then Coke with Coffee is the perfect speech from a coach who knows you better than you know yourself. Also, the speech tastes amazing. Coke with Coffee.
Your team plays tonight, and you need a haircut. Now, head to Great Clips. Our skilled stylists save your haircut details and clip notes, so you can get your lucky cut in time for tip-off. We got you, and you got this. Great Clips, official hair salon of March Madness.
Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Ncaa March Madness Live. Scan the QR code now to download. Notre Dame has traveled well. Rutgers has really traveled well for this first 4 matchup between 2 11 seeds. Notre Dame leads it by 2. And McConnell will go to the free throw line. So before the ball game, Ron Harper Jr. brought everybody together and said, let's win this game for Caleb McConnell, because he's from Dayton. Went to Dunbar High School through his junior year. In fact, his cousins and his uncles played with Ron Harper Sr. because he grew up in Dayton as well. So there's some connections, and there's the steal by McConnell.
Arguably, McConnell's the best defender in the country.
Yeah, he creates a steal, 4% of Rutgers' defensive possessions. Reber gets control. And a tough shot by Hyatt. McConnell inside the arc. Jumper's good.
And it'll be interesting to see where the offense comes from, especially with Ron Harper Jr. on the bench. You know, where are they going to generate the offense? Can they establish their pace, their preferred pace?
Ryan for 3. He made one earlier. That one missed. Reber with the rebound. Here comes Baker up the floor. Geo Baker, 491 assists, but he also can shoot it. And Leszewski, who started the last game for Notre Dame, just because, as Mike Bray said, well, it was kind of his turn, gets the rebound. Works Leszewski way downtown, and yes! Got to be patient, guys.
Yeah, that's the shooter's touch. on display, and he's got great pronation in the wrist. Ball comes off those middle 3 fingers, creates that nice rotation. That's how you get a bounce that way to go in your favor.
Well, Katie thought about passing it, decided to shoot it. It was short.
And you would think with this lineup that Rutgers has implemented that they may be able to switch pick and rolls and take away some of those three, or limit those 3-point shot attempts.
Dane Goodwin down to the baseline, backing his way in, off the glass, it's good.
Well, I go back to spacing. Because of the threat of the shot, Notre Dame able to stretch or distort Rutgers' defense. And after some ball movement and man movement, they create that little isolation back down dribble for the finish.
4-point lead for the Irish. McConnell from the right side, it's good. Splash City. McConnell's got 10.
Yeah, he's showing his offensive chops tonight, the prowess to shoot the ball. We know he's a stout defender, but how about it?
And Hub, little shake and bake. Oh, it went in and out. How about that? And then it was knocked back out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame basketball.
Sometimes it's good to be lucky. In this situation, nice lucky bounce. But McConnell, is he the defensive player of the year or the offensive player of the year in the Big Ten?
We've got a great game ahead of us. Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Notre Dame. I can't talk right now. Sorry. Notre Dame is up 1, 22-21. Atkinson Jr. with 8 points and a rebound. Wesley with 2 points. Ryan with 7 points, and Hub with 2 points. We go over to Rutgers. Ron Harper Jr. with 4 points, a rebound. He's got a turnover, though. The big man, Clifford Omoruyi, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Wow, Caleb McConnell is hooping. Caleb McConnell is hooping 10 points, 4 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He's also got a rebound, an assist, and a steal. And Jill Baker with 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field. So it's looking like McConnell is trying to put the team on his back. I do expect Ron Harper Jr. to catch fire, though. I don't think he's going to allow his team to get eliminated this early. It's just something I see from Ron Harper Jr. He has that dog in him. I think he gets it. He definitely gets it from his dad. And also Clifford Omoruyi. I like his aggressiveness. He's a big guy in the paint, 6'11". I'm expecting Rutgers. My prediction, let me not say I'm expecting. My prediction is that Rutgers does win this game. I think that they just have a little bit too much for Notre Dame. But like I said, this is the month of miracle firepower, especially with McConnell catching fire early. It definitely does look like this is going to be a team effort from them and not, just 2 or 3 guys just going out there and trying to score. I apologize for that. So that being said, though, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you could like the stream, it will be much appreciated. And let us get back to the game if they're back.
You clearly have a lot of demons. We all do, but yours are like, wow.
Totally.
All right, John Rothstein back here in Dayton. Notre Dame leads Rutgers 22-21. We knew about Caleb McConnell's defense. His offense has been sensational tonight. What changes when he gives you mileage on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's excited to be back. I don't like that we're playing they score, we score. That's not how we play. Got to start really defending. We're a better defensive team than that, but they're a really good basketball team. So Caleb's got to keep doing what he's doing on both ends of the floor, but giving up too many easy baskets.
All right, have a good rest of the half.
Thank you.
Sam.
All right, John, thank you very much. Steve Peichel, there was a great story in the North Star Ledger today, Steve Politi, about how Steve Peichel grew up a Notre Dame football fan. He and his dad would watch the games all the time. Here's Atkinson, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
And it's amazing. Coach Peichel was very honest with us. And you know why? Before this basket, Notre Dame was outscoring Rutgers 16-6 in the paint, and now it's 18-6.
Yep.
Well, surprisingly, coming out of the timeout, Notre Dame shoots 66%, Rutgers 56%. So both teams offensively in the flow. Atkinson getting good position down low as he back rims that free throw attempt. Some of his shots have been a bit awkward, almost like he's shooting off the wrong foot, but they're going in. That's all that matters.
That's exactly right. Little zone now for Notre Dame. McConnell splices through the zone and gets the Dayton roll off the front of the rims. Back home.
That's a great way to attack the zone. Don't settle for jump shots or stand on the perimeter, but attack the gaps, get to the mid-range or the heart of that zone defense.
Atkinson looking in, goes out to Wirtz, bounce pass to Atkinson, extra pass to Wesley for three. And Reber with the rebound for Rutgers.
Precision passing by the Fighting Irish, getting into their motion offense, backdoor cuts, spread pick and rolls.
It'll be an offensive foul, by the way, on McConnell. Don't miss the Impractical Jokers like you've never seen them before. The Jokers return with a big new episode with special guest Eric Andre, April 2nd, after Ncaa coverage on True TV.
You know what's hard about guarding Notre Dame? And I've coached against Coach Bray before in my first year coaching. You don't know sometimes whether it's a screen on the pick and roll or it's a slip. They mix up the way the stringer, and it depends on what's happening with the defense. If the defense is showing too much, now that was a screen.
Here's Wirtz, left side of the lane, cut off by Hyatt. Bounce pass to Wesley, who's able to finish off his palm.
Yeah, beautiful cut from the backside, that lateral cut. That's so effective because defenses are turning their head towards the ball and lose sight or vision of that weak side cut.
3-point lead for the Irish. Reber down low to Harper, underneath against Atkinson, and he just powers his way off the glass. He is a load.
He just carves out that space. He got a nice catch there in the short corner behind the defense, and then was decisive and quick in attacking the rim.
Over 1,500 points in his career. All Big Ten second team. Honorable mention All-American. Krzyzewski, and it's blocked by Reber. That'll be goaltending. 7:26 to play here in the first half. Mike Bray said it's an old-time Big East battle. Two really good coaches. A 3-point game.
Guys, we are missing pauses.
You mean passes?
No, pauses. The secret to winning is to pause.
I'm taking a step back.
What's the reason?
Sometimes you gotta stop to be, you know, an actual human.
Take a minute to celebrate, right?
Or 20. Pause is power.
The new GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Hey, I get it. Commitment can be scary, but not when you're saving up to 15% with Subscribe and Save at Amazon. You get free repeat delivery on your favorite items. And if things don't work out, you can always cancel. Seriously, no one would judge you if you call it off. Okay.
Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
And we are back.
We even got our lucky boots.
Okay, but Sarah's me inside, Daryl's me outside, always. Okay, come on, what are we doing? Let's focus.
We've got mango habanero, Asian sing, Parmesan garlic.
Eat them in that order, no exceptions. Not 3 times.
Wow, you guys are like really superstitious, huh?
Randy?
Yeah.
Beer in your left hand. Left hand.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's always the left.
I'm sorry.
If we lose, it's on you. Our game's on, let's go.
Let's get this dub.
You can't say W, it's a jinx.
Randy.
Oh,
man. What are we going to do now?
You could raise your credit scores instantly with Experian.
And I got approved for a great credit card, too.
Experian. Download the free app now.
Your wellness is your journey. And with almonds, an excellent source of magnesium.
Do you have to do that every time?
I do. Because I'm...
And it's 28-25. Notre Dame is up 3. Let's go over some quick stats. Atkinson Jr. has 10 points. He's 5 for 5 from the field. He hasn't missed yet. Only from the free throw line, he's 0 for 2, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. If he's 5 for 5. At least knock down 1 free throw, right? He got a rebound and assist. Wesley has 4 points, 2 rebounds. Ryan has 5 points, 2 steals. Good game for him so far. Goodwin, 2 points, 2 rebounds and assists. And Hub, 2 points. Lazowski. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I didn't watch a lot of Notre Dame basketball, I'm not gonna lie. He's got 5 points, 2 for 2 from the field. So he's 5 points off the bench is very good. Good game for him. Go over to Rutgers. Ron Harper Jr. 6 points, 3 for 4 from the field. The big man Clifford Omori 4 points, 2 rebounds. He's got those 2 quick fouls. Hopefully he can stay out of foul trouble. They're definitely gonna need him to win this game. Caleb McConnell shooting out of his mind, 6 for 7 from the field, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And Gio Baker with 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you could like the stream, it would be much appreciated. And let us get back to this game.
Or go above the rim and have a meeting of the minds.
16 on the shot clock. Goodwin checks back in. The inbounds goes to Atkinson, and his pass off Baker out of bounds.
Both these teams are creative when it comes to their offensive looks. I coached against the Rutgers coach when he was at Stony Brook, and of course Mike Bray in the Big East when I was at St. John's. And they both add wrinkles, have wrinkles and counters to their offense as the game goes along. They'll implement a different look to take advantage of matchups.
Okay to Harper, and it's good, way downtown. That's like his dad.
Oh, and his dad was an unbelievable world champion in the NBA, Ron Harper. He tried to guard me sometime.
Atkinson with the catch and the miss, but the putback is there with his left hand.
Stick-to-itiveness. Stayed with it, fellas.
Yeah, you know what I love about Coach Pico? He shared this with us on yesterday. He said his team has had very few bad practices this year. They don't make excuses. He said they get along well and they love to work.
And he said he loves to work with them, too. He said it's one of his favorite teams that he's had during his career. Baker, jumper, no good. McConnell with the rebound and the putback. That matches his season high.
McConnell dominating this game with his play at the offensive end of the floor.
And I think you probably heard Mawat Mag say, get it out of here. Harper between his legs, heads to the basket, switched hands, went from his right to his left, and that gave him the pass.
And that's a grown man move right there. And you notice defensively, Rutgers have turned up their intensity now that they've gotten Ron Harper Jr. and Omori back into the game. Shot blocking, versatility. Both are pretty agile in playing pick and roll defense.
That's a 9-2 run, and Goodwin is fouled by Gio Baker. The best of the NBA go head-to-head in pursuit of winning a championship. Don't miss a moment of the NBA playoffs beginning in April on TNT. Cormac Ryan checks back in. Leszewski checks out.
Harper on that last basket showed the player development aspect, the tight handles, the footwork, the drive and finish.
And he just got a piece of that, and it's saved by Baker off Prentice Hub and out of bounds. It'll be Rutgers ball.
Scarlet Knight fans out of their seats with the inspired play here. Harper just stays with it on the trail. Full extends, not foul. And heads-up play by Baker.
And when your best player is competitive like that on the defensive end, it just elevates the confidence of the rest of the team. And when you can coach your best player hard, that's another thing Coach Piper talked about. Ron Harper has thick skin.
Okay, backs his way in. Fade away is good. That's his first bucket.
McKay, an intriguing game, creative game, understands angles and opportunities, and this was an example.
Mike Bray uses a timeout. There's life at Rutgers.
Men put their skin through a lot, day in, day out. That's why Dove Men Body Wash has skin-strengthening nutrients and moisturizers that help rebuild your skin. Dove Men Plus Care, smoother, healthier skin with every shower.
They say when you get a new car, you see it everywhere. But when I was matching my truck on Cars.com, I saw it everywhere. That's what a perfect match does to a person. Cars.com. It's magical.
I'm glad you might be able to cover for me during March Madness.
People say we're kind of alike. Wow.
You're late. Do you have any phone experience?
I do. I made this. Touche. Crochet. It's crochet.
Wow. Okay, you're hired.
You're hired.
I work here.
Oh, yeah.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
I gotta say, the ocean's the most perfect shade of blue. The most royal of all the blues. You know what I mean?
Nah, actually, the sky's the perfect shade of blue. Classier, more distinct, not so one and done.
Guys, we all know what the most elite shade of blue is.
Yeah, a blue that's actually perfect. Undefeated, if you will.
Sue Bird has entered the chat.
Live your best life in any color.
Wow, what a Cinderella story we have here.
And who doesn't love a Cinderella story?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're on the edge of your seat.
Tell me about it.
It's like, isn't it? And the evil stepsisters almost chased the prince off.
And it's looking like Rutgers is looking to take this game away. Rutgers is up 6, 36-30. Atkinson Jr. with 12 points for Notre Dame. Wesley has 4 points. Ryan has 5 points. Goodwin has 2 points. And Hub has 2. I just said his name right. Lazewski. I'm probably butchering his name. I apologize. Has 5 points, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line. So good shooting night for the Lazewski off the bench. Ron Harper Jr. with 11. I said he was going to catch fire. Ron Harper Jr. 11 points, 5 for 6 from the field, and 1 for 1 from the three-point line. 1 rebound for him, 1 block as well. The big man, Clifford Omori, he's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. He's got those 2 fouls, and yeah, it's definitely not good for your paint presence to be in foul trouble early. It's not good at all. Caleb McConnell is out here looking like, an NBA prospect right now. 16 points, 7 for 8 from the field. He's got 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. And Geo Baker, not really having a good shooting night, but he does have the second half to, help his team out a little bit more. 3 points for him, 1 for 4 from the field, and 2 rebounds and 2 assists for the guard. Like I said, I still do have Rutgers winning this game. I think Rutgers just has more firepower, and we'll see how they play. Notre Dame is also not a team to look down upon. I think if Atkinson Jr. can stay consistent, they can pull this thing away also. Appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. If you could like the stream, it would be much appreciated. Comment and subscribe as well. And let's get back to the game.
Can't get over both these teams' shooting percentage.
In the nets at both ends.
Leszewski 85% from the free throw line.
And guys, that's only the fourth free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, it's been well played. It's been a clean game.
Notre Dame is 0 for 3 from the line. Rutgers 1 for 1. Little zone by Notre Dame.
Yes, they're bumping.
They go to the corner. Jumper's no good. Leszewski tips it off the backboard into the hands of Atkinson. I was surprised that Mag took that shot.
He's only made 4 on the year.
Atkinson. Boy, that is old school right there, isn't it?
A great cut to the basket. And again, that stunt as if you're going to set a screen, but then change of direction. That's all feet and pivoting and diving to the basket, and a well-delivered pass for the finish.
36-34. Rutgers lead is at 2. McConnell to the corner. Jumper is no good, and Leszewski with the rebound. Hyatt had a good look.
When we go back to talking to Steve Peichel yesterday, his concern was because of Notre Dame's ability to shoot the ball from distance, that would stretch out, distort his defense some, take the 8-in-the-box element of Rutgers' defense out of the equation. And that's why we're seeing the high percentage looks on the inside for Notre Dame, the spacing.
Travel.
Atkinson called for a traveling violation. 2:29 to play. Here in the first half, the winner of this game is on to take on Alabama.
Seriously, are rivalries so intense we can't stay at the same hotel? Rodney, Rhodey, Ramses, you're from the same flock. Okay, fine. Marriott Bonvoy has 30 hotel brands, so we'll get Pirate a room at Courtyard, Chip a room at Westin. Blue Devil, you get the presidential suite at the Ritz-Carlton.
Wait. Just because I play for Duke, I'm not picking favorites. Chip gets Weston's heavily bed.
Constantly changing and evolving. Never quite in the same place. Gone within the blink of an eye. And there's only one way to capture it. Discover the wonders of where an all-weather drive Lexus can take you. Now on 9 models.
Nothing here. Nothing in the walls. Nothing in the vent. I found a quarter and buttons.
Why?
There's money hiding somewhere in our house.
With Rocket Mortgage, we can use the equity in our home and turn it into cash.
So I can stop looking and we can finally consolidate our debt?
Yes, please stop.
For a better way to find money in your home,
Rocket can.
Rocket.
Let's talk about what is professional today. We can flip the script by getting
Professional does not have shape, does not have limits. I've been a janitor, I've been a designer, I've been an executive.
Creating my own seat at the table was doing things different than how it's ever been done before.
It's just like an ebb and a flow. Dad life, work life.
It's all life. There's work, and there's what works for you.
Professional is you, professional is us.
It's ours to define.
If it was delivered with Uber Eats, does that mean I can eat it?
It says eat.
It's a diaper.
This tastes bad.
Ooh.
And thanks to Uber Eats, we don't even know what food is anymore. This isn't food.
We can't eat any of this.
Why, Uber Eats? That bag's a liar.
Yeah, I just got so excited.
We've got 2 dudes who are carrying the bulk of the scoring tonight for each team.
Paul Atkinson, 7 of 8 efficient. Good back cut to the rim. Catches the lob and finishes.
And Caleb McConnell said, if you can do it, Paul, I can do it also. He's 7 for 8. Knocked down the mid-range shot. Solid from the three-point line. He's already tied his career high on November 30th against Clemson.
16 points on 7 of 8 for McConnell, 7 for 8 for Atkinson. McConnell said it's definitely emotional just being back in my hometown. This place is very close to my heart. I went to Dayton Dunbar, which is like 5 minutes down the street of UD Arena.
Well, if you're Mike Gray, you didn't expect McConnell to take over. Geo Baker lines one up from distance, and he's someone that could tickle the twine, get him the ball again. Milk it, fellas.
At CDW, we get it's hard to keep employees productive when their work and home lives are busier than ever.
Well, that's why we gave cyborg assistance to everyone in the company.
They handle the home part so we can keep working.
Mmm, delicious.
You know, at CDW, we can design a productivity solution with Lenovo devices that offer fast, reliable connectivity to help your people manage their workloads, with or without cyborgs.
Perfect. Because this guy needs a little work.
For technology that moves you forward, trust Lenovo and IT orchestration by CDW.
Stay tuned for AT&T at the half with Nabil Kareem, Rex Chapman, Seth Davis, and Candace Parker live from Atlanta with analysis of the first half. How about that tweet today where somebody asked if Rex Chapman was going to dress like the Riddler every single day he came to the studio? I thought he looked good again today with that lavender jacket.
Now he's got some turquoise blue glasses he's rocking. He must have a sponsorship.
Again, the winner of this game moves on to face number 6 Alabama on Friday in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Wirtz, Leszewski. Wesley step back three. It's short. May have been blocked partially by Hyatt.
Yeah, well contested. Hyatt stayed down, was moving the feet, and then full extension, taking away airspace on that jump shot.
And you notice both coaches here are just subbing offense, defense. Coach Pikel called the timeout on that last situation after that bucket, just trying to get his better defenders on the floor. Every possession counts.
And Coach Pikel getting the steps in, up and down the sidelines, in the box, out of the box, burning a lot of fuel. We need to get more steps with all the candy we've been eating in the green room. You've been hogging that candy tonight.
I'm sorry, Coach. I got my steps in, and I haven't eaten any candy. You're not going to get me in trouble. And I'm drinking water.
Good point, touche.
8 on the shot clock. Hyatt puts it on the deck. 5 on the shot clock. Hyatt fadeaway jumper, no good. And Ryan with the rebound. Again, Rutgers big. Omori has 2 fouls, so he's on the bench. 6 fouls combined. That's an air ball. Atkinson with the save. And Ryan with a really good catch. Atkinson is left open. He lets everybody jump by him and then lays it in.
And see, that's high basketball IQ, because, you know, earlier in the game, Hyatt blocked the shot. So he saw the shot blocker coming from the weak side. Smart pump fake move.
Nice pass from Goodwin there along the sideline as well.
Didn't travel. Excellent.
Ron Harper Jr. for 3, and it's in and out. Goodwin with the rebound. All right, so not much time between shot clock and game clock. Tenths of seconds, that's it. So they'll just hold it for one last shot.
Yeah, the Fighting Irish, they'll start this play around 7 seconds. Look for a slip with one of their bigs.
And enough time to get a second shot as well on the offensive board.
Hub slips it to Atkinson, and he missed it. And Mulcahy holds on. 4 seconds. Here's McConnell. 2 seconds. Heads to the basket. Bucket is good!
Wow. An exclamation point on a spectacular half. Electrifying offensively, fellas.
Outstanding outlet pass.
Wow.
Woo!
18 points from McConnell in this first half in his homecoming to the city of Dayton.
Caught it in stride as well. Led him with that pass like a receiver. Just enough air over the defenders and settles right into the cradle for the finish.
John, you got to ask Steve Pikel about McConnell. That was amazing.
No, Caleb McConnell's been amazing, Tom. Have you ever seen Caleb McConnell play a better offensive half than the one he just had?
Well, I mean, he's been great. A lot of games. He's really in a good groove right now. His defense, too, is spectacular. We got better on that end of the floor. That's what helped us score some points. So I like the way we executed. Got a great team we're playing. We got to have a really good half because they can really score the ball.
You mentioned your defense. Paul Atkinson's had a huge first half inside. How do you tighten your interior defense in the second half?
Well, we got to keep Cliff out of foul trouble. He's a good defender. He's got to move his feet a little bit more. We need a great half out of him.
All right, thanks, Steve. Have a good second half. Tom.
41-36, Rutgers on top of Notre Dame. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
I've always focused on my career, but when we found out our son had autism, his future became my focus. Lavender Baths him, so we turned bath time into a business.
At halftime, Rutgers basketball is up 5 points, 41-36. Atkinson Jr. leads Notre Dame with scoring with 16 points, 8 for 10 from the field. Great game for him. 16, 4 rebounds and assists. He's got 2 turnovers, though, and my dog is going crazy. Wesley with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Ryan with 5 points. Rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Okay, so good all-around night from Ryan. Goodwin got 2 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. And wow, Lazewski, right? Lazewski. It makes sense for it to be Lazewski. Lazewski off the bench for Notre Dame with 7 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds. Great shooting night for Lazewski. Let's take a look at Rutgers basketball. Ron Harper Jr. with 11 points, 5 for 7 from the field. He's 1 for 2 from the three-point line. He's got a rebound. Clifford Amori, he was in that early foul trouble. He's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist, but he's got those 2 fouls. Caleb McConnell is, like I said, he's balling out like an NBA prospect right now. 18 points, 8 for 9 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line. He's got 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. All around great night for Caleb McConnell. Not a guy that usually puts up these type of numbers. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's in single digits average. Yeah, he's averaging 6 a night, 6 and 5 and 2, and he's only shooting 37% from the field. So the fact that he came out big when it mattered and he's putting up these numbers in March. Like I said, March is the month of miracles, but it's also the month of, showing out who really works, who's the hard worker, who's putting in the work to get their game better. Caleb McConnell's doing it on the biggest stage right now in college basketball, so shout out to him. Shout out to Rutgers basketball. Appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. If you could like the stream, it would be much appreciated. And yeah, let's enjoy this game.
We can do anything, yeah!
Follow at More From Us for more.
This is AT&T at the half. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
They were torching the Nets in Dayton in the first half. Nobody hotter than this guy right here, Caleb McConnell. 18 points, season high just in the first half. Rutgers with the 41-36 lead. Welcome to AT&T at the half. Miguel Cream alongside Seth Davis, Candace Parker, Rex Chapman. We were selling the people on defense, and all we got was offense in that first half. As we take a look at what happened, both teams come into play as you have Notre Dame, you got Rutgers, and you got the winner taking on Alabama on Friday. And nobody stopping that, sir.
Yeah, that was Joe Baker to Cliff Amori inside. And how about Mr. Caleb McConnell? I guarantee you this was not a Notre Dame scouting report. Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year. This is not what he does. There's a reason why he's open, only 1 for 1 from three-point range, but 8 for 9 otherwise. And he's the reason why Rutgers is winning this game, which is not surprising, but what is surprising, as you mentioned, Bill, that it's to Notre Dame style. It's an up-and-down offensive game. Look at Amori at the rim. And Rutgers is making it happen offensively.
Ron Harper Jr. focused in on him. He had a nice first half.
Yeah, Ron Harper Jr., I love the pace that he's playing with. Very efficient from the field, 5 of 7, not forcing it, 1 of 2. And that's an NBA move, Rex.
Finished it with the offhand, Candace.
Little meat mug after. And then towards the end of the half, you're getting McConnell at 16 at this point, 18. That is a season high, and he's done it in one half, as Seth had mentioned. Not known for the scoring, known for the defense. And for Rutgers, we're up 41-36. All their scoring has come from their starters, which is incredible.
Now, this is a team in Rutgers that beat Iowa by a score of 48-46. Right? And earlier in the season, one of their first games of the season, they beat Merrimack 48-35. Rutgers has at times this season been virtually unwatchable on offense. This is not what they do. So I felt pretty strongly they would win the game, but the idea that they could be on this pace to get more than 80 points, it doesn't say a whole lot, frankly, about Notre Dame's defense, but you can't blame them for not thinking that Paul Mulcahy was going to be an offensive threat. Looking at him putting it on the deck, Dane Goodwin totally can't guard him out there. And then this is really what he does well, working the offensive glass. Normally, he's going to try to pitch this out, but there he's going to turn and face and shoot it above the freshman Blake Wesley. Like I said, this was not in the scouting report for Notre Dame. So now Mike Brey has some decisions to make, right? Do we start gearing our defense towards Caleb McConnell, which no one has done probably since McConnell's been at Rutgers, or do we kind of stick with the game plan, hope that he cools off a little bit, and hopefully try to score enough points to win this thing?
What did you see from his teammate, Ron Harper Jr.?
Yeah, Ron Harper Jr., like I said, just extremely efficient. We've seen him make those NBA-type plays, just in terms of a body ready for the next level. Right here, I love this jet cut because you put the defense at a disadvantage with his big side, being able to play, and he's not fading away. I think that's what I love about this. Operating in the middle of the floor, has a knack for getting to the right position, finds that baseline. We call that a power swing, Rex, in the post. And then right here again, you have to guard him outside the arc, shooting almost 40% from three. Right here, I've got handles, and I can finish with the offhand. He even knows that it's nasty running down the court. But I think that, you know, Rutgers is going to have him play with that efficiency and even step it up, because I don't know, like Seth said, how long McConnell is going to continue to put the ball in the basket.
Paul Atkinson Jr., we know he's going to put the ball in the basket because he's done it all season.
Yeah, and, you know, it's just been fun watching this tournament so far, in that we've become accustomed as we watch Atkinson a little bit. What a player, but what's become fun is that these are older players. We've got a graduate student, Paul Atkinson. We've got a senior in Caleb McConnell, a senior in Ron Harper Jr. Blake Wesley struggled a little bit in the first half with his youth, I think. He should come back a little bit better in the second half. But Paul Atkinson from Notre Dame has just been everywhere for Mike Brey and his squad.
Interesting, a total of 4 free throws in this game. So like I say, you know, stylistically, Notre Dame has done a good job getting this game to where it is. And I do think in the Rutgers locker room, they need to be talking about that. Like, I'm not sure that we're going to think that we can score 80 points to win this game. Like, we need to try to muck this up a little bit, try to get the plate in the mud and tighten up our D and maybe work the ball better on offense. I certainly wouldn't call the dogs off on McConnell, let him go, but they got to find a way, I think, to slow down the pace of this game. Fewer possessions, that's more their type of game.
Tom McCarthy, we love Tom McCarthy, and he called out our guy Rex Chapman for his clothing. This has become a topic of conversation here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Rex, I like, again, I wouldn't pull off that tie myself.
Hey,
but I love the look you got. The lavender, come on.
Okay, you like it?
It was fresh. I like
Thank you.
I don't notice that we're matching,
Thank you.
but he wears it better.
Hey, people
kind of matching. We look like a
Seth
prop
is feeling
date.
bad.
People said a lot of words
nice
about
too,
me. I'll take it.
That's right.
I'll take it.
Look like we in a church, I'll tell you that. Let's line up.
There's a moment. The moment we ask, what if?
What if we could go further, jump higher, or run the whole thing? What if we could be who we're meant to be?
And become who you look up to. This is the moment it all starts.
This is the moment it all starts.
But only if we get the chance to have it.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it's never been more true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
I'm a fancy exercise bike newbie, and I've gone from 0 to obsessed in like 3 days. Woo!
Come on, Milwaukee, after me.
After riding 12 miles to nowhere, I'm taking a detour. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you could be working out a way to pay for this yourself.
Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem for a whole lot less.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be. and show the world what opportunity can do.
Melanie.
If you're there, please come in.
7 years ago, the world ended.
This war is bigger than us.
I guess we'll see.
Snowpiercer, all new Mondays at 9 on TNT, and watch anytime on demand and on the TNT app.
All right, earlier this evening, it was Brian and Ryan's Wright State moving on, and they will face Arizona on Friday, getting a great effort from Tanner Holden. And that man right there, Trey Calvin, the dynamic duo, officially making it and putting it on notice that they will be playing Arizona as they move on from the first four. We have some news as far as college basketball is concerned. Louisville, they have been looking for a coach since January and could potentially be coming close to getting one.
Yeah, Kenny Payne is now just about 48 hours away from being introduced as the new Louisville coach. Multiple media reports out there. I did not break this. But Louisville's been through a lot. Going back to the scandals and the infractions cases with Rick Pitino, and then even over this past year with Chris Mack, he had some internal issues with a former assistant coach who recorded a conversation, tried to extort him. That was a big mess. Chris Mack ended up getting suspended for 6 games. When he came back to his team, it just didn't work, and he stepped away. And so that kind of threw things open to hire a new coach. Now, Louisville has an interim president and an interim athletic director. So we think about Louisville as this great job, but right now it's really not a great job. But it is a great job for Kenny Payne, and he is a great hire for Louisville. He was a freshman forward on their 1986 champs, played a few years in the NBA, started off his college career at Oregon as an assistant coach, where he made a lot of connections in the Nike world, specifically with William Wesley, Worldwide West, then went to work for John Calipari for 10 years. Left there to go to the Knicks, largely because of his relationship with Julius Randle, and very significant, perhaps most significant at all, he will be the first black men's basketball coach in the history of Louisville, a school, Rich, you know this better than anybody, that was really at the forefront of recruiting black players, and it was the support of the alumni and former players, and obviously his incredible credentials. He's a super sweet guy. Few words about your friend.
I can't conceal my smile. Kenny was a first-round pick. I've known him since we were teenagers. This is a day that many of the former players at U of L and many alums have been looking forward to for a long time. I love that man.
Louisville finishing 13-19, so again, the state of that program. There's some work to be done there, but again, we'll follow that story. Lily, I feel, is like the 5th member of this team. Let's go to her. I've seen her a lot. She's inside the madness.
Everything here is very secure. One team has secured the win, the other team has secured the loss. The coach has secured his job, and the clock has secured the time. And really? Security is asking us to leave this way. Okay, thank you, sorry.
They seem nice. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
Oh, yeah, it's fast. It's fast. Fast like a rabbit. Papa, it's fast. Fast like a jaguar. It's brisk. It's snappy. Fast like a dog that's particularly fast. Oh, AT&T 5G? It's fast. You ready?
Okay, it's time.
Yeah.
You ready?
I need 5 more minutes.
It's been 3 hours.
That one, but fast? Oh, that was a good one.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
The bigger the dream, the bigger the team.
And if there do be a dream, the dream has to include me. I hope that dream's dream is for me to be free.
This is what we do.
Recipes that tell a story. Moments that call for a celebration. Experience P.F. Chang's.
The mountains or the seashore? Into the city or far from it? You and all your friends, or just you and the open sky? The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make, including this one, the Wagoneer. Or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, description, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Rutgers on top of Notre Dame 41-36 here at halftime. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on ncaa.com. Halftime is coming to a close here in Dayton. We'll be back with the second half right after these messages. You're watching.
It's perfect.
What if that comes to the house?
Assuming you get the house. Play for it.
Oh, you're on.
Come on, baby, go.
Play games when the competition is this fierce.
Use the verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. It confirms your income, credit, and assets so sellers know that your offer is serious.
When you want to play to win, Rocket can. Rocket.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
When I move my body just like this, I feel like March equals madness.
We're back in the kitchen, remixing all your fast food favorites.
That's good. I don't know what you put in it.
Are you ready to find out?
Yeah.
Wagyu beef, polenta, hominy, chicken feet. What? Pancetta.
A salami spuma.
Say that again, spuma?
Spuma is aerated whipped sauce.
Okay. Chili de arbo.
Tarragon.
Serrano. Marmalade. Mayataki. Beaks. Spherical. Truffle.
Prosciutto.
Tastes like fast food, but better.
Fast Foodies returns March 24th on True TV.
There you are. I need to tell you something. Terry, I can't talk right now.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? GMC. We are professional grade. GMC. Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com. And by Samsung Galaxy S22 series.
Orville and Wilbur writes derbies here in the city of Dayton. And we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Ncaa. Rutgers has a 41-36 lead. Points to the paint. Notre Dame has the dominance in that, 30 of the 36. Points outside the paint. Rutgers. Hello, with Steve Lavin and Avery Johnson. I'm Tom McCarthy. We'll hear from John Rothstein in just a little bit. All right, Lav, what are you thinking from this first half?
Well, it's really interesting. We're seeing the opposite of the tendencies or trends. A role reversal, trading places, one of my favorite films, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Notre Dame with 30 points down low, and Notre Dame less reliant on the three. In their wins this year, they make 10 threes on the season per game in their victories. So really interesting. I know Caleb McConnell, the story you're intrigued by.
Yeah, is Caleb McConnell in trading places? He Ray Valentine? He's been outstanding. We know what he does on the defensive end, but it's just the offense. You know, searching off of the pick and roll, snake dribbles, fade away on the post, and then in transition, outstanding play here at the end of the half. He said, and one, I think I got fouled.
Yeah, he was definitely looking at Pat Driscoll. All right, John, what did Mike Bray say?
Well, Mike Bray's really frustrated with Notre Dame's defense, Tom. He said, we haven't gotten 2 stops in a row the entire first half. He said, we're not a great defensive team, but we're a good one. If we weren't a good one, we wouldn't be in the NCAA tournament, Tom.
That's a really good point. 5-point lead for Rutgers. We begin the second half. Notre Dame with the basketball, and Ryan just dropped that one out of bounds. Rutgers' largest lead has been 6.
You guys think his nerves a lot of times? This is the second day in a row, whether it's the start of the game or the start of a half, it seems like you start off with a turnover.
Yeah, I would think that there has to be nerves, particularly for guys that haven't been here before. You played in front of crowds, but just not with what's on the line.
And it's really exciting that the crowds are back.
Yes.
The energy here in the building. And I know you heard from a lot of fans, Tom, about how much they just enjoyed, games on last night and the competitiveness. And
it's really a celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, Morey was trying to rip the rim right off the backboard. McConnell with the rebound. Harper for three. Got it.
That's the 5th three-pointer by Rutgers. Nice inside-outside action. McConnell, an intelligent approach. Kick it out.
Wesley tried to answer it. He's fouled from behind by McConnell.
Watch the rebound. McConnell searches, looks, and just a nice diagonal pass to Ron Harper Jr. And there is Pops.
There he is.
5 NBA championships. Loves Cuban cigars.
That shack on the front of his shirt, the big Aristotle?
Yeah, it may have been big Aristotle. Atkinson got a step on Amore and is able to get the finish as well. The thing about Ron Harper Sr., or Jr., I should say, he said his dad just let him basically play. He told him his entire life, you're going to be better than me. You're going to be better than me. And that made him feel confident and made him feel like an individual. He also attributes his success to his mom, Maria, who was a pretty good basketball player in her own right in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's some serious genetics and parenting, upbringing. Interesting that his father was an excellent shooter in crunch time as well.
Yeah, Mulcahy for three. Short. Baker with the rebound, though, for Rutgers. They'll get a fresh 20. 5th offensive rebound for the Scarlet Knights, and that'll be a foul. Well, Avery, we know you face Ron Harper. What were you going to do here? You going to lift him up?
Just wanted to make sure that he put his hands in the right place. Okay? Don't touch me in the game.
That was good technique.
By the way.
That's old school. Did you see my muscles?
You have
and I had a 12 pack.
You sure did have some pipes.
You were lean and mean.
Don't ask me what kind of pack I got now. It's not a 12.
Under 18 to play. Leszewski to the basket. Leszewski's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
But you know what, guys? I appreciate what you said about Ron Harper Jr.'s parents. And his coach talked about he played for one AAU team, one high school team, and one college. And that's pretty rare during this day and age of, obviously, the transfer portal or kids playing for 5 different AAU teams. The kid is, what he was trying to say is Ron Harper Jr. is very loyal.
Yes. Leszewski makes the first one. Play the official men's bracket game of NCAA March Madness. The Capital One NCAA March Madness Men's Bracket Challenge is ready for your picks. So get your bracket started now at play.ncaa.com or in the March Madness Live app. 2 free throws for Leszewski. Winner of this ball game moves on to face number 6 Alabama. That's a fun team. And either one of these teams, that's going to be a heck of a game. It's going to be an even game. Harper crosses over. Quick first step, goes to the basket. Off balance. Atkinson got a piece of it. He's so athletic. Wesley going right to the rim, and it's knocked away. And now Mulcahy, 3-on-2. Skips it to Baker.
No pick and pop here.
And it's knocked away by Wesley. Quick hands. Well, he's a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman. Hub. Kept his pivot foot.
I just love the movement from Notre Dame, especially when a teammate gets in trouble. Nobody really hides from the ball. That'll minimize your turnovers in situations like that.
Shot clock under 10. Wesley along the baseline, blocked by Mulcahy, out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame basketball.
There's the length of Mulcahy on display there. Defensive prowess.
Now the ball never hit the rim, so the shot clock is at 4.
Yeah,
are they going to look at it? I think they might want to take a look. to make sure. Yeah, I think they may reset it. Yep. All right, so the ball did hit the rim. Oh, yeah, it did.
Got it right. More often than not, they do.
It was funny, interesting talking to Coach Bray. He was saying, I didn't know what my speech, I was nervous about the speech I was going to have to give the team if we didn't make it to the tournament.
Here's Goodwin between the rings. I think Ryan wanted to catch and shoot that, but it was a tough pass. Now he'll pull up from 17. Nothing but net. A beauty of a shot. He has 7.
Put it right to the kill spot with the use of that bounce. And that last bounce is a rhythm into his jumper.
Transfer from Stanford. But an excellent pickup for Mike Bray's team. Harper shot fake against Leshevsky, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, nice crossover dribble, rhythm shot for Ryan. He scored 20 points in his last game, 15 the game before. So he's capable offensively. Excellent free throw shooter, 82% from the line.
I like how he waited for the screen to be set. So often someone will start to dribble before the screener comes, gets set up.
Leading scorers tonight, Harper and McConnell, 32, and that looked like it was a Nerf game in your basement on that one.
Wow, that's that wide screening action. Some people call that New York screens.
Coming off a baseline out of bounds play as well. Revised.
Goodwin switched hands. He couldn't convert, though. Harper was in his way. Dane Goodwin from Upper Arlington, Ohio. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Rutgers basketball. 15:46 to play.
Well devised on the baseline out of bounds play. Mulcahy throws a dime. The extra pass, the hockey assist for the high percentage flush.
You had me at Allison 10-speed transmission. Features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
1, 2, 3.
Rutgers is up 4 points, 46-42. Atkinson Jr. has 18 points, 9 for 11 from the field for Notre Dame. 4 rebounds and assists, and a block for him as well. Ryan has 7 points, 3 for 5 from the field. He's got a rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals. Leszewski off the bench for Notre Dame. He's got 9 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds and an assist for him. A good game for him off the bench. Great shooting night. If we go over to Rutgers, Ron Harper Jr., 14 points, 6 for 9 from the field. The captain of the Rutgers team is going to do everything he can. That's that dog I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Ron Harper Jr. has that dog in him. I just don't feel like he's going to allow this team to get eliminated. But like I said, anything is possible, and Notre Dame is a great team. So anything is possible. Ron Harper Jr. also has 2 rebounds and a block. The big man, Clifford Omorui, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and assists. He's got those 2 personal fouls. He's gonna have to watch those, and hopefully he doesn't pick up any more. That will definitely put him in foul trouble and limit his ability to help the Rutgers Scarlet Knights win this game. Caleb McConnell, I mean, my oh my, 18 points, 8 for 9 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. I mean, he's having a great game. like I said, when it matters. And these are the type of players you need in March. You know, are players that play big when it matters. You know, maybe not during the regular season. I mean, everybody knows Caleb McConnell as, you know, a defensive stopper, but he's coming out here and he's showing that, hey, I can put the ball in the basket as well. And you know, those type of players are needed in the NBA, honestly. So he's making a good case for himself. NBA prospects are definitely pleased, because I'm sure they were pleased just by his defense, but the fact that he's coming out there scoring, you know, it's definitely a plus for him. So shout out to him. Appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning into the stream. If you could like the stream, it would be much appreciated. And yeah, let's get back to the game.
Game off, an out-of-bounds play on the baseline. Once again, those special
teams, they put in a kicking game that make a difference.
Yeah. 10 on the shot clock. And Prentice Hub right to the rim.
Well, 34 points for the Irish, and that's something Rutgers did not expect tonight. Some of that's because of the foul trouble to Omori, but also it's the attack the Irish have made on the paint.
Omori, little high-low. I mean, Ron Harper didn't even get back to the ground. Up in the air and just right into the rim.
Yeah, that's a total mismatch. Ryan, he's probably got to play behind Omori in that situation, and the big that's guarding Omori back up, because if you front him, it's over. It's game over.
Ron Harper with 16. Wirtz cut off. Ryan catch and shoot. And Omori with an easy rebound.
Good check out by Mulcahy. Little things he does, putting the body on someone, backing him down, taking rebounders out of the equation.
Plus, not many people rock the headband anymore like he does.
Oh, Jason Capono back in the day from UCLA. Lock and load, launch a three for you.
Under 10 to play, or on the shot clock. And McConnell turns it over. Here comes Hub, leading the break. Wirtz, extra pass, Ryan from the corner. Yes! 10 points for Cormac Ryan.
And it's awesome when shooters shoot. Even if they miss one, they have the confidence, the toughness to come back and take the next one and be in a shot-ready position.
Geo Baker finds Mulcahy down along the baseline. Omori. And a whistle blows, and he's fouled going up.
Mulcahy again with the precise passing to set up Omori. And can't emphasize it enough. The willingness, the pride in making accurate passes to help your teammates.
We were showing Ron Harper Sr. a little while ago in the audience, but he played with a guy, Shaquille O'Neal, who probably would have stuck that guy.
3 gourmet chefs compete to recreate and remix celebrities' favorite late-night cravings. Check out Reimagined Fast Food with a side of culinary craziness on Fast Foodies. New episodes return March 24th. 3-point lead. This is just the 3rd free throw for Rutgers, and it's good. What do you got, John Rothstein?
Well, guys, a huge jump from Cliff Omori this year offensively. Last season as a freshman, just 1 game in double figures. This year, Tom, 22.
And he leads the nation in dunks with 88. Good one for 3. He's got to get going, and he gets going there. He has 5. 3rd team All-ACC. His dad is a Hall of Famer from here at University of Dayton. His dad, Damon. Baker tries to answer, no good. Hyatt with the rebound. His dad was a teammate of Anthony Grant, the head coach at Dayton. They won an NIT game tonight. And Goodwin diving to the floor. Mowat diving to the floor. Omori can't catch it. And back on offense goes Notre Dame.
Nice job by Notre Dame spreading the floor. They're going to just play through Atkinson here. Dribble handoff situations. Try to get him rolling to the basket so one of their players can get downhill. This is their 5-out offense.
Ryan from the logo off the front of the rim. He had 3 on the shot clock.
Good stand defensively by Rutgers.
Mowat off the front of the rim. Ncaa with the rebound. He fell, but got his bearings. He didn't travel somehow. And he says, all right, let's calm it down a little bit. Baker, beautiful dribbling display, and he's fouled going up.
Yeah, Notre Dame's hanging in there. Goodwin, made 5 threes, 5 for 8 in his last game, 1 for 2 from 3. Good looking shot.
Am I really stuck here?
You sure are. High-def cameras capture hundreds of terabytes of data that is then rendered into dynamic videos like this.
Who are you?
I'm an investor in Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives me access to NASDAQ 100 innovations like volumetric video technology. Selfie? No, I don't like that one. Okay.
Become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
No more busted brackets, fellas. I booked the Final Fortune Teller and got 1.5% cash back with my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Final Fortune Teller?
Is it sorcery?
No, man, it's magic.
I'm back.
Here we go again.
Abaca madness.
I've been shocked.
I call it the old switcheroo.
You should see how you two look. I have never seen anything this funny.
Sam? Well, it's break time.
Y'all ready to hippity hop on out of here? I want a salad.
So I was watching Maisel on.
You miss me?
I so want her life. Oh, or the board game. I wonder what other funny shows are. Yep, watching this.
What do you want, a fortune cookie? Like what?
Isn't he in? Yes, crazy.
Check this out.
Guys, I'm fine. I'm seriously fine. You leave, have right? rainbow sprinkles in your hair.
When all the comedy is in one place, entertainment never ends. See where it takes you. Prime Video.
Hey, Toby, can we get a couple of the games on?
Not that kind of TV. These are digital menus to let people know that breakfast is half off when you order through the app.
So, no games.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
Did I find my new car on Cars.com? Or did it find me? From the price to the remote start, it's like Cars.com saw into my soul.
Let me give you another minute.
Cars.com. It's magical.
Your home internet is going ultra. Introducing Verizon 5G Home. See ya, cable. With 5G Home, you get blazing fast 5G ultra-wideband internet to power your entire home.
I'm ordering pizza.
Yeah, I could eat.
What's our new address?
I don't know. Set it up yourself in under 5 minutes. No drama. And look here, 5G Home is 50% off with your unlimited plan. Just $25 a month, no contracts, no hidden fees. What do you say to that? Shh, right, you enjoy that internet. Verizon is going ultra with home internet at our best price.
First round begins tomorrow with the Nissan Ncaa tip-off show on True TV at noon Eastern. 16 games across TBS, CBS, TNT, and True TV tomorrow. You decide the games to watch. Some good ones tomorrow. I actually think that Michigan-Colorado State game is going to be an interesting one. Geo Baker to the free throw line. How about some of these rankings, guys? Top 10 in all those categories. 88 double-figure games.
Well, there's a number of impressive weapons or pieces at Coach Pikiell's disposal, and that's what makes them hard to prepare for and also even more difficult to play against because they can explore the post, playing through the bigs. They can go with smaller lineups, bigger lineups. I'm curious to see if Notre Dame is going to look to attack that three-point line a little more down the stretch, or if they're going to continue to play through the bigs.
Yeah, because you're only going to basically get one defense from Rutgers. That's man-to-man. They're not really a team that mixes up their defense as much.
Goodwood just missed on that jumper.
And I'm expecting Geo Baker to get a little bit more involved offensively, especially if Notre Dame decides to take the ball out of Ron Harper's hands.
Yeah, he was cut off with a double team. Atkinson came over with some nice help. Shot clock at 10. Baker down to the baseline. Skating off Goodwin, out of bounds. Shot clock is at 6 as Leszewski checks back in.
And the ball is in a deep corner, so in situations like this, sometimes teams try to maybe attempt a lob or slip and get a player coming off for a shot near their bench.
Well, that was Baker who they tried to get. Shot clock is at 2. Baker lets it fly. No good. And Leszewski with the board. 3-point game. Notre Dame has been quiet, but they can tie it within 1. And it'll be Prentice Hub who will go to the free throw line.
And when Omori's out of the game, you see Notre Dame counter by taking it to the cup, by putting it down low to Atkinson. That's that chess match within a game.
There's Omori getting a breather. He has 2 fouls.
Not surprisingly, Mulcahy going to return to the floor as well.
Prentice Hub to the free throw line. Missed the first. John, Notre Dame's got some experience, huh?
They do, Tom, but not NCAA tournament experience. It's an old team, but the guy that really has the most seasoning in this event is Paul Atkinson. He was a part of the 2019 team at Yale that lost to LSU in the first round. Champions of the Ivy League, and Yale again this year under James Jones. Champions of the Ivy League, Tom.
Yeah, Atkinson 9 points, a rebound, a couple blocks in that game against LSU.
And that's where a young team really feeds off their head coach. His poise, composure, and experience at navigating the postseason conditions. His voice in the timeouts, the adjustments in the second half. Players will feel and feed off of a coach's experience and confidence.
And give Coach Bray credit. He said his team is a little bit more organized to start plays. They have more of a framework and an understanding and valuing reversing the basketball on offense.
They talked about that pick and roll continuity offense that helped them some as well. Haven't seen much of that tonight.
Hyatt's 3 is no good, and the loose ball rebound is tracked down by Trey Wirtz.
You know what I used to tell some players who weren't very good three-point shooters? You're open for a reason.
Amen. It's in the scouting report.
Ryan, open, picked up by McConnell, into the paint, down to the low post. Shot clock at 9. Oh, what a tough shot.
Well, good defense and good offense. Sometimes good offense is better than good defense.
He has 12. We're tied at 53.
And that's the beauty of a three-point shooter, driving the ball to the basket. What do you say, Lav? Get in the weight room?
3 square meals.
Yeah.
Harper double teams. Oh, they go down low. And it's cut off as Mag had it. Notre Dame with the pick.
Scrappy Notre Dame defense. Loose balls.
Again, that last basket for the Irish was in the paint. And that's been the theme or the narrative of the night for the Irish.
Wirtz up top, shot clock at 10. Looks in, goes out. Wesley speeds into the paint, off the glass, and the Irish have the lead. It's the first lead for Notre Dame since it was 28-27.
I think Coach Pico will get a timeout here, settle his team down.
8:56 to play in the second half. Notre Dame up 2.
And I walk out, and my car is dented.
Well, Geico does offer 24/7 claim service with personalised attention from an assigned team.
24/7? That's a lot of attention.
They're not actually with you 24/7. They're just available whenever you need them.
Oh, okay, good. Because I took an online quiz, and it turns out I'm an introvert.
Oh, I actually think I'm an introvert, too.
Oh, no, it's incredibly rare.
I don't think that's right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Geico. Your claims team is here for you 24/7.
It's a 3.
Nice shot.
Man, I could do that.
Do what? You mean play basketball?
You haven't touched the ball since JV.
You ain't got no game, baby.
You know what you could do? Hand out water bottle styles.
You're like 5'6".
I'm 5'7".
Climb on someone's shoulder.
New Degree Advanced. First ever 72-hour nonstop protection with motion sense. Test it to the limit.
Still feeling dry and fresh.
Superior 72-hour nonstop protection, however much you move.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP. So we're providing you ways to save more. With the Lowe's Business Credit Card, you get an additional 5% on eligible purchases every day. That's in addition to our MVP's Pro Rewards. Best ever? Good question. Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
The madness is back.
Are you guys ready? Okay, let's do it.
You guys went too far.
Oh, no, that was good. I'd rather stick my nose into Vin Diesel's bald armpit.
He's got 2 of them, so I'll see you there.
You sure you want to do this? Let's see what you got.
My job is to keep you out of harm's way.
The big-time bar battle.
My God, begins now. You did a really good job. Thank you. It's fine.
So defensively for Rutgers, it's very important that you close out and close out properly. So here, Mulcahy, his footwork here is not good. And then defensively, you got to have boxes and elbows, and we don't have boxes and elbows from the defensive player of the year, Caleb McConnell, and that allows that drive. So moving forward, Rutgers got to do a better job closing out the shooters, being better foot position, weak side help.
Here's Mulcahy for 3, and that quiets this run. It's only 5 points for Mulcahy, but they had gotten 3 minutes without a bucket.
And Coach Mulcahy said, "Coach, I apologize. I'm sorry."
Leszewski trying to answer, and he does.
Boy, the punch and the counter punch on display.
58-56.
Mulcahy has a tendency in late games to step up, become a facilitator as well as a shot maker in crunch time.
Harper to the free throw line. Geo Baker, and his pass is cut off by Leszewski. Here comes Wesley, going the length of the floor, draws the foul, and doesn't finish.
Well, Baker there with the jump in the air to make the pass. Always dangerous. You'd like to keep your feet, because the open teammate at times suddenly isn't open when the defense adjusts, and now you got yourself in jeopardy.
An excellent foul by Ron Harper Jr. on that play to take away a fast break opportunity there. That's only his first foul.
Yep.
Both of these teams haven't attempted many free throws, only 12 free throws combined, and they've only made 7 combined.
Pat Driscoll just had a word with Geo Baker and Wirtz. Leszewski with the inbounds catch. Under 8 to play. Leszewski's got a size advantage down low with Geo Baker. Wirtz blocked by Baker. Ooh, one-handed grab out of the air. Tosses it to McConnell. And now Mulcahy running the point. Left side of the lane, throws it up, no good. Loose ball, and Ron Harper comes out with it. Omori, bam! Leads the nation in dunks, and that's why.
Big time pass from Ron Harper Jr. And also give Notre Dame credit. They've done an excellent job of neutralizing Caleb McConnell here in the second half. Only 2 points.
Yep. Tied at 58. Ryan crosses over, bumped by Harper into the paint. Fadeaway jumper is good. Wow. He was falling to the floor.
And that shooter's touch. Soft rims, but a soft touch. He still kept the shot mechanics in play, even when he was falling to the floor. Released well out of the shot pocket.
Leszewski with some hands on the pass by Mulcahy.
And a lot of times defensively, you want teams track stops, but how do you get the stop? That was a nice job with deflections. How many deflections did you Coach Lav, about 30 a game is a good number.
Yeah, 20 to 25, but depends on your personnel. You got to be realistic. You got a slower team.
Goodwin finishes beautifully.
Well, throughout this game, fellas, the threat of Notre Dame's shot has stretched Rutgers' defense, and the Irish have capitalized by taking it to the cup. Timeout.
I'm glad you might be able to cover for me during March Madness.
People say we're kind of alike. Wow.
You're late. Do you have any phone experience?
I do. I made this. Touche. Crochet. It's crochet.
Wow. Okay, you're hired.
You're hired.
I work here.
Oh, yeah.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure, even in the madness of March.
Hey, just cashed a check, and I'm about to blow it all on chocolate. Yum, 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 chocolate. Sweet tooth, baby, make.
Notre Dame is up 4 points, 62 to 58. Paul Atkinson Jr. with 18 points, 9 for 11 from the field. Blake Wesley, Blake Wesley, not shooting too well from the field tonight. 6 points, 3 for 11 from the field. Cormac Ryan, the sniper himself, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line, 14 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals. Great overall night for Cormac Ryan today. Dane Goodwin, he's had a big 3 down in the stretch in this second half. He's got 7 points. He's 3 for 6 from the field. And it's looking like his name is Lecheski. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but I've been hearing different versions of his name these past few timeouts. But we're just gonna go with they say it was Lecheski, something like that. He's got 12 points, 4 for 4 from the field, while 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 4 rebounds, and assists, and a steal for him. If we go over to Rutgers, Ron Harper Jr., son of the NBA great, he's playing amazing. 16 points, 7 for 10 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Clifford Amori, he's also picked it up as well. He's got to get on the boards though, and make sure he grabs every rebound. He's got 9 points, 4 for 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for the big man. Caleb McConnell. I saw Cormac Ryan and immediately Caleb McConnell's having an amazing night, 9 for 10 from the field, 20 points for the defensive star. He decided to let us know that he doesn't just play defense, he plays offense as well. Great game for Caleb McConnell, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal for him. And Gio Baker's also catching fire this second half, 8 points, 2 for 8 from the field. Not shooting too well, but he does have 6 minutes to make a difference. He's 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. He's got 4 rebounds and 3 assists. I appreciate he's got 3 turnovers as well. He's gonna have to watch those and stop turning that ball over. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning into the stream. If you could like the stream, it would be much appreciated. Comment, subscribe as well, and let's get back to the game.
It almost feels like either Rutgers got to get somebody off the bench to score, or Ron Harper is going to have to dominate this game the rest of the way, because Caleb McConnell, he hasn't really joined the party in the second half offensively.
Atkinson will check out. Goodwin's back in.
And it's amazing, a team like Rutgers, just no bench points. It's 12-0 in terms of the bench. And during this time of the year, you've got to have some quality players coming off the bench and contributing, and especially scoring.
Little pressure as Hub gets it across the timeline. Goodwin, Lecheski. Leszewski, he's open for three, and it's no good. He didn't have the same arc that he had earlier on that three-pointer.
Yeah, rushed it. A little flat.
Somebody lost their sneaker, by the way. It was Wesley. He's got to go back and get it. He was called for the foul. And the shoe is lost there. Hey, give the young man credit. He kept on playing.
Find a way.
It would have been difficult if that was his pivot foot, because I don't know if he would have been able to keep it.
Look for a post up here. Trying to get it to Ron Harper. Nice job by the Fighting Irish. Catching up with it.
Geo Baker.
Aggressive, smothering defense by the Irish.
Wesley, and it's saved by Ryan to Harper. Omori.
Wow, fortuitous. Broken play. And the Scarlet Knights capitalize.
Every time he touches the basketball, Omori, it's as if he's going to just pop the air out of it. Wesley along the baseline, high stepping. The ball was in the cylinders. It may have been hit, but now a foul called on McConnell.
What hustle from both teams, and on that last play, it's always the first guy to the ground diving for the basketball. Looked like this ball was on the rim.
Yeah, it does. All right, Wesley to the line. He does not have a free throw attempt. And Wesley misses. Coming up next on True TV, it's Inside March Madness presented by Buick. Nabel Kareem, Seth Davis, Rex Chapman, and Candace Parker have all the tournament talk and the first four analysis.
We talked about experience earlier. This is new territory for Blake Wesley, an outstanding talent. But you get in the NCAA tournament, different conditions.
Mm-hmm. And we thought earlier today that this game would be within 5 points in the last 5 minutes. So we're not surprised.
And we are within the last 5 minutes. Harper thought about a three. Baker, shot clock under 10. Got some space. Pull up from 18 and no good. Omori battling Goodwin also, and Goodwin touched it last.
Nice job by Omori crashing the glass. Getting his size into the game. Coming from the weak side. Creating another possession for Rutgers.
Baker, he's open just inside the arc. Count the bucket. 10 points for Geo Baker. It's a 1-point game. Steve Peichel calls a timeout.
Another great baseline out of bounds play, well executed by the Scarlet Knights.
And I know the Kentucky Derby's around the corner, so down the stretch we come here in Dayton.
Are we going to do what they say can't be done? We got it all way to go, and a short time to get there. I'll be smiling just one way.
Hello, everyone.
Whether it's from boardrooms,
Let's get started.
shared rooms,
That's how we'll get 5G access for all.
crowded rooms,
Claro que sí.
and soon from rooms you aren't even in,
Can everybody see this?
T-Mobile uses WebEx to hybrid work. Because we make it work for everyone.
Hey, hon.
This is you, right? Like, you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon. Sonic, bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Okay, you got me. Oh.
My fingers and I do this to make a living. We're too busy to do taxes.
I love doing taxes for self-employed people. You can hand those off to me.
Yeah, but can I hand them off without using my hands?
We can arrange that. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
rainbow sky. I've got that sunshine.
Time out! Meet Yasso, a delicious ice cream experience with 100 calories or less per bar because it's made with Greek yogurt. Oh, ice cream. That's what we call an upset. Game over. Yasso, audaciously delicious. I gotcha!
Welcome to a culinary whodunit.
6 cooks compete, except one chef is secretly trying to sabotage them all and steal the prize for themselves.
The sauce was salt water.
No way!
We got sabotaged.
Rat in the Kitchen, a new competition series, premieres March 31st on TBS.
Well, terrific baseline out-of-bounds play execution. As you look at Gio Baker has the ball underneath and on the slap. Going to give it to Amarui. A nice little handoff. There was also a Harper screen down low, and Gio Baker, right at the free throw line, basically just puts one through. Well devised, well executed.
All right, so our game reset, 1-point lead for Notre Dame, 6 fouls for each team. What do you have, John Rothstein?
Guys, Steve Peichel in his huddle was very confident. He just told his team, we've been here before. We're the tougher team. This is what we do. Pretty simple, Tom.
Pretty simple. Notre Dame with a 1-point lead. See, Rutgers, 12 of its last 15 games have come down to the wire.
Now Rutgers is going to a 1-through-5 switch on defense.
Leszewski fouled, I guess, by McConnell on that one. What a reaction by Steve Peichel.
McConnell comes in from the help side, makes a play on the ball, but picks up the foul. Steve Peichel saying, whoa, wait a minute.
That's a great, just natural shot right there.
You've never had that reaction. I know I've never had it.
Yeah, you were always very calm,
always
cool, and collected.
Always agree with officiating.
They're your best friends.
Yeah, right.
Now they might be. So Leszewski to the free throw line. 85% for the year, 2 for 3 tonight.
Now Notre Dame shooting 76% coming into tonight's game. The strength of that's 40th in the country from the charity stripe.
Yeah, in fact, their lead would be longer or larger if they weren't 5 for 11 in this game. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, Leszewski's coming off of a double-double, so very capable.
It's March Madness, and appropriately, there are so many themes, counterintuitive, counter to the trends or the tendencies, and that's why brackets get turned upside down in the NCAA tournament.
So do you like the bigger lineup now that Notre Dame's going to defensively with Leszewski and Atkinson?
I like Omarui in the game. And Omarui cleared out there to allow Gio Baker that straight line drive with the shooter in the corner. He couldn't help Avery.
Yep. Now look for Notre Dame to try to manipulate the defense until they get exactly what they want.
Here's Ryan.
This is all sauce here. They're not serious yet.
Yeah. Hub, shot clock at 8. Atkinson fakes the handoff, backs his way in. 5 on the shot clock, and he got it to lean.
Perfect execution. They didn't want a quick bad shot. Moved the defense.
And Rutgers stayed home with all shooters, so single coverage. Atkinson's had the hot hand all night.
Baker wants the screen from Amori. Baker for 3. He got it as he fell to his left. He has 15. We're tied at 67.
That's what I'm saying. Gio Baker, he's going to have to step up in the last 5 minutes of the game. He can create his own shot. He's got an advantage with his matchup right now.
Ryan. Atkinson finds Ryan. Here's the screen.
Here's the switch.
Ryan open for 3. High arcing shot. Not there. Leszewski with the rebounds. Timeout call by Notre Dame.
That's one of the situations there on the weak side. When you switch a big guy out on a pick and roll. Switch right here with Amori. Now weak side. All 5 guys, 4 have to box out on the weak side.
So I just realized I've been saying Lecheski. I've been saying his name wrong this whole stream. But Notre Dame's up 2 with 2 minutes left, 69-67. Paul Atkinson Jr. is having an amazing game. 20 points, 10 for 12 from the field, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a block for him. Blake Wesley missed some big free throws. Earlier in the stretch, he's not really shooting too well today. 6 points, 3 for 12 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He's got 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal as well. Cormac Ryan, the shooter, 14 points, 6 for 11 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. He's got a rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And yeah, Lecheski, I apologize. I believe I was saying Lezuski. Lecheski with 16 points, 5 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. He's having an amazing night. 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal for the big man. He's a great shooter, though, by the way. I just realized that. I've heard about him these past, the past 2 months. But I just realized just how good of a shooter he is. You know, shooting 2 for 3 from the three-point line is great, you know. And especially in a game like this. Ron Harper Jr. with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Omori, the big man, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Caleb McConnell, 20 points, 9 for 10 from the field. But Geo Baker has been hitting some big shots, man. 17 points, 6 for 13 from the field. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He's got those 3 turnovers, though, so hopefully he can turn that around. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in into the stream. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get back to the game.
11 second-half points for Geo Baker. Wesley, the freshman, speeds to the basket. Omori with the block shot. He says, get it on out of this neighborhood.
And that's what happens when Paul Atkinson is in the game. Omori has another big that he can match up with that's not a three-point shooter.
Baker again, step back 3, no good. Lecheski with the rebound. Here we go, guys. March Madness is here. 1 minute to play and a timeout called. Each team with 1 timeout left. That one's called by Notre Dame.
Well, nice step back here by Baker. Fade away. And the Amari block here on the ball without fouling. Wesley trying to get downhill. If you can play defense without fouling, no cheap fouls. Both teams.
So this is what's at stake. The winner of this game faces Alabama on Friday, 4:15 Eastern time. Each team with 1 timeout left. Now the fouls, there haven't been a lot of fouls called in this half. There's 13 combined. Rutgers 7, Notre Dame 6. All right, what did Notre Dame say, John?
Well, Tom, Mike Bray's the loosest coach in college basketball for a reason. He just looked at his team and said, look at where we are right now. Stay loose. Let's have a great one in the final minute, Tom.
Well, it has been great. Under a minute to play. Goodwin. Cormac Ryan just says, hold it a second. Rutgers defending the perimeter. Hub speeds toward the basket, off the glass, no good. Baker with the rebounds.
You notice the strategy was to try to get Ron Harper Jr. switched in the pick and roll situation. They didn't want to deal with Omori as much because of his shot blocking ability.
And lifted Rutgers defense as well by bringing Lecheski out on the perimeter, opened up that drive.
Geo Baker waiting, shot clock at 10. Ron Harper for 3. No good. McConnell battling for the rebound. Mulcahy's got it. Baker pulls it out. 15 seconds left.
They'll get the last shot. They'll flatten the floor here.
Not going to use the timeout, it looks like. They leave it for Baker.
See Mike Bray saying crowd Baker.
2 seconds left. Baker fadeaway jumper for the win. And it's off the side of the iron, and we are going to overtime. And why wouldn't we be going to overtime?
Well, a great stop or stand by the Irish on that last possession. Blake Wesley coming over to bring the help. Ryan.
Yeah, nice job there.
Good extension on the closeout.
Hey, don't these guys know I have a plane to catch to San Diego?
Here's the
I'm trying to get to the
unless I'm
Pacific
going with
Ocean.
you.
Overtime is coming up. Avery's going to adjust some things. Tied up at 69.
And overtime, here we go.
Sheesh. We've got a ball game, guys. Tied at the end of regulation. We're on to overtime, 69-69. Just some quick stats. Paul Atkinson Jr. with 20 points, 10 for 12 from the field, 4 rebounds and assists for the big man. Blake Wesley, 6 points, 3 for 13 from the field. He's 0 for 3 from threes, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Not having a great shooting night. And Blake Wesley, I'm quite honest, if he had it going early, Notre Dame would have likely already won this game. He's a big-time scorer. For anybody that doesn't know, he's averaging about 15 a night. 15 a night. I was almost right on 14.6, but basically 15 a night. 3 assists and 2 rebounds, and he's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist right now for Notre Dame. So he's really not producing like he normally does. Cormac Ryan having a good game, 6 for 11 from the field, 14 points. But the story for Notre Dame is Isaac Lecheski. But was I really that wrong for saying Luzewski, though? You said overtime we go, OT baby, no lie. Yep, we're in overtime. Was I really wrong for saying Luzewski, though? I mean, it's spelled Luzewski, but apparently it's Lecheski. You know, strange. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Looks like the game is about to start or has already started. So let's get back to it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's enjoy this game.
Is without a stats center.
Out and 15 assists. They've been sharing the ball as well.
Okay, he backs his way in, and it's no good. Goodwin with the rebound and a foul. I think they're going to get Omori. That'll send Goodwin to the line. It'll be a 1-1.
Well, tonight, Notre Dame has had their struggles, 6 of 12, but on the season, they've been an excellent free throw shooting team. We'll see if they return to form in overtime.
Okay, he who's described as a utility guy, honorable mention all Big Ten.
Well, here's Goodwin, 86% from the free throw line. Good. Wesley with the board.
Not the possession. Coach Pike will want it for the Scarlet Knights. Mike Bragg and then talk it over.
3:23 to play here in overtime. This is really impressive, probably because we can't do it. We probably could get it to him, but we couldn't finish it.
It starts with the double team on Harper, and then Ncaa is thinking ahead, anticipating, just lifts it up for the big fella.
All right, now we'll watch it in real speed.
Oh, more. But working in concert together and in tight quarters.
And Tom, one of the things I want to share with you and Coach Lab, you're saying we can't do that.
Yeah,
Even if we were all standing on top of each other's shoulders, we still couldn't do it.
His hands must be gigantic. All right, so timeout called by Notre Dame. So down to 1.
That's not Notre Dame. No. They're more efficient normally. 76% on the year, second in the ACC.
And only 5 3-pointers.
What do you got, John?
Well, Tom, it's real simple. The message from Mike Brey: we have to keep the ball moving. We have to make them work on defense. No bad shots. Keep the basketball flowing side to side.
And Mike Brey likes this lineup. Atkinson, who's 10 of confident to go with this group.
And it puts a lot of pressure on the Morey because he's forced to switch out on guards.
Wesley, quick first step. Can't finish. Ball tipped by Ncaa, who has a double-double tonight.
Yeah, well devised. Just got to finish the layup.
And now with Atkinson out of the game, from a rebounding standpoint, let's see if that's going to have a negative effect on Notre Dame.
Steve Pikiell calls the timeout, so each team down to 1 timeout.
Lift Rutgers defense, take the bigs to the perimeter for the drive game. Shot is, and
well, last year Rutgers Houston was number 2. A Cougar comeback. Geo Baker. Junior had one last chance to be the hero, but is tying.
His ACL in a G League game, so we wish him a speedy recovery because he was so outstanding.
Are you with me in terms of Ron Harper Jr. getting a touch? It doesn't have to. Out of doubles.
All right, John, you just came out of the huddle. What were you hearing?
It's real simple from Steve Pikiell. The offense will be there. We've got to get stops if we're going to win this game. We cannot give Notre Dame any more easy opportunities. Still referencing.
It's amazing they've given up rebounds to guards after a couple of
Goodwin ties it up at 73. 2:05 1:05 left to play in overtime.
Hey, guys, I am just so excited to be on the call with you guys.
Awesome.
This is an outstanding game. Two very high-level teams.
Ron Harper into the paint, and let's see, what is it? Offensive foul. Mechanics right there by the officials. Pat Driscoll on the near side.
Well, they looked at one another.
Leszewski was out of the restricted area.
That's why he's in the game. Coach Bray trusts Leszewski both offensively in terms of stepping out on the perimeter, but also defensively providing that resistance. Here he is out top.
Hub covered by Baker. Leszewski slipped to the basket, lays it in. Notre Dame takes the lead, 75-73. 18 for Leszewski off the bench.
That's the slip game. Running into that pick and roll, slipping to the basket.
And the lane's open for that foot race to the rim, and Leszewski finishes.
Nearly 40% of the Notre Dame possessions end in a pick and roll. Baker against Ryan, and Ryan will be called for the hand-checking foul.
The Irish, with that 5-out spacing, allows Leszewski to give the illusion that he's going to set that pick, but then the footwork, the change of direction, pivot, and push off. Foot race to the rim and finish.
And on his last possession, Notre Dame was trying to force the pick and roll. Some teams call it ice or push. Force it to the sideline, keep the ball out of the middle. But Geo Baker was really persistent at fighting through that defense, and it led to these free throws.
Front end of the 1-1, no good. But Baker gets it back. 1:05 to play in overtime. Notre Dame up by 2.
Blake Wesley using his speed and length to guard Ron Harper Jr.
Baker again. Got some space from Ryan. Harper, 2 on the shot clock. Harper way downtown. Banked it home! Banked it home to give Rutgers the lead. 19 for Harper.
I thought the banks were closed tonight.
Well, they opened them special for the first 4.
It's the bank around Harper. He said it's open 24 hours a day.
Hub got some space, didn't get it to finish. Wesley, though, got the rebound, and he dropped it out of bounds. Rutgers ball.
Well, now
shot clock is off.
The official's going to review it. They'll take a look. Coaches will talk to their teams, have an opportunity to get the equivalent of a timeout. Press offense if it's Rutgers ball. Wow.
Line drive 3 off the backboard. Big fella.
We talk about sometimes good offense is just better than good defense. And a lot of sneakers there. Whose foot did it go off? It looks like Blake Wesley.
Yeah, it looked like Wesley.
Putting the ball down in a crowd, always tough. You want to pass out of a crowd, right? Dribble into a gap or a seam.
Now, if it is off Wesley and it's Rutgers ball, Notre Dame, from a defensive standpoint, different teams have different philosophies. Some teams, when the ball comes in bounds, they'll trap without fouling, try to get a steal. Maybe on the next pass, they'll foul. Yeah. Sometimes teams try to trap twice without fouling.
Yeah, with this much time, do you agree, Coach? I mean, you can go for the steal, the 5-second call. You can trap, give it one trap, and then if they get it over half court, foul right away. But agree, different philosophies. You want to foul right away. There's some that believe that approach is the best.
Yeah, sometimes tied up. Notre Dame has the possession.
Well, Omori checks out, and they bring Hyatt back in. So it'll be Rutgers basketball.
I like the spacing already that Steve Pikiell's employing here. Going to lift Notre Dame, give more space for players to make a second, even a third cut to free themselves up to be a receiver and catch without running out of space on the baseline.
24 minutes was the last. It's been 24 minutes since the last Notre Dame turnover till now.
And,
all right.
And with this setup, you see this little box right. These guys are all in the box right here. You doubt if they want to try to go long One of these guys will probably break into the ball, but it's an all-out sprint.
Mulcahy, and it's tipped. Ryan to the basket, lays it in. Notre Dame takes the lead. 77-76. Oh, my.
And again, that's why you don't want to commit any cheap fouls in that situation.
Then Rutgers will call a timeout. It's final timeout. How about that?
Well, so often passing and catching, a simple concept, a habit, a fundamental, but could be the difference in a game. A high pass just a little too far above Ron Harper. The idea of throwing up high like a wide receiver is a good one, but the ultimate execution wasn't there.
Yeah, you know, in that situation, Ron Harper wasn't in the line of sight. He was directly in front of the passer.
All right, so 77-76, Notre Dame is on top. Steve Pikiell calls the timeout. He didn't call the timeout at the end of regulation, calls it here. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you got to get the best shot. You're not going to wait until 3 seconds to attempt the shot. They're going to go a little sooner than that.
And also be prepared for changing defenses.
Yep.
Zone and man, be ready for concept basketball. Have an alignment that works regardless of a zone or a man.
All right, so a couple buzzer beaters already this year for Rutgers. Ron Harper was the hero. He's down the low post left side. He'll set the screen.
Good switch.
Baker to his left side. Mulcahy for three. It's good! Rutgers takes the lead. 8.6 to play.
We'll see if Notre Dame's going to take a timeout. They have a timeout left here.
Cut off by Mulcahy. Wesley to the basket, off the glass. It's good. We're tied at 79, 2.7 to play. Harper snaking up the floor from midcourt. No good. We're heading to double overtime.
How about Blake Wesley, fellas? It's been a difficult, challenging game for him, and yet in crunch time, he's got the guts, the onions, as Raph would say. Mulcahy.
Excellent pass. But that's when you're a threat on offense and the defense shifts towards it. The score. Mulcahy was ready to shoot the basketball.
Take a breath, everybody. Tied at 79. Double overtime is upon us.
Hey guys, I apologize for the little technical difficulties with the stream. It should be fixed now. But yeah, we're going to double overtime. This is absolutely nuts. An amazing game from Rutgers and Notre Dame. Let's just go over some quick stats for the game before the second overtime starts. Paul Atkinson Jr. With 20 points, 4 rebounds and an assist. Blake Wesley with a big time bucket at the end of the game. He was shooting terribly, but I guess he scored when it mattered. Just like we talked about, you know, you always want to score when it matters, and he just tied this game up to go back in overtime again. So shout out to Blake Wesley for having a great mindset, you know, not giving up. He's 4 for 15, but he just tied the game up to go back to double overtime. So shout out to him. Cormac Ryan, great game for him. Lecheski, great game for him, 18 points. Cormac Ryan with 16. Dane Goodwin with 12. Ron Harper Jr. banked in a 3 to take the lead, and like I said, Rutgers honestly needs to play better defense, without a doubt. Same thing with Notre Dame, but Rutgers especially, they need to play better defense. Caleb McConnell is kind of slowed down, been quiet this second half. I'm expecting Clifford Amore to take some pride and play some defense. But let's get back to this game. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning into this stream. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's enjoy it.
Atkinson in the lineup after being on the bench in the cooler.
And we've rarely seen a
pretty long period of time, but 10 for 12, so he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself tonight regardless.
And we've rarely seen a game in going in overtime, single overtime, double overtime, whatever. Why you don't have a bench point from a team?
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Mulcahy into the paint, had the big shot at the end of the first overtime. Omori, he is just going to do damage to the rim.
How about the way he regathered and then just calmly elevated and threw it down with velocity?
He's like an octopus. Like he just curls the basketball and just brings it home.
But the calmness of Mulcahy in terms of passing and pivoting and not panicking.
Ryan off his shin, back to Hub. 4:10 to play. Hub right to the cup, and he's able to slide it in. 81-81. Hub has 7.
50 points for the Irish. Make that 52 points for the Irish in the paint. It's been an assault, an attack on the cup.
Yeah, they've outscored Rutgers by 22 in the paint. Mulcahy posting up against Hub. Backing his way in. Quick spin move. Atkinson with a nifty block.
Yeah, that's scouting, watching film work, and anticipation by Atkinson to come immediately. Didn't wait.
And I'm a little surprised. I know, Geo Baker has it going this half, but it just seems like McConnell's just lost all his energy and will offensively.
Yeah. Wesley, the freshman, he was out of bounds.
He's not coming to the ball like he actually wants the ball to score with the same type of...
Yeah, feels like he's a little bit out of the flow.
See, Wesley was out of bounds. He cannot be the first to then touch it. 3:10 to play.
You've become our Gene. Break it down, my man.
Nobody better than Gene. Geo Baker, fadeaway jumper. And Wesley, how about the freshman? Seriously. I mean, Mike Ray, we mentioned this before, didn't know really what he had. Understood that he was a really good player. Probably under-recruited from South Bend. First South Bend player since '85 to go to Notre Dame.
Be interesting to see if he feeds off that basket to force a second overtime.
Up for 3. And Atkinson will clean it up and give Notre Dame the lead. Atkinson is 22.
Well, I give Notre Dame credit. Whenever a small guard in this situation like Geo Baker switches on a big, they're really lively around that basket trying to secure that offensive rebound for putbacks, and that was an outstanding putback dunk.
83-81. Baker, Mulcahy for 3. And Wesley with the board.
So Wesley's got 6 rebounds now. Using that length and good feet to rally back to the cup, back to the boards.
2 minutes to play. Second overtime.
Here's the switch.
Atkinson with the size advantage.
Yeah, Harper comes back to help.
Re-switch.
Hub over the top of Omori. And Harper with the nice closeout for the rebound. Harper thought about being in rhythm. McConnell, he cans it.
Wow, trust and more trust on display. Both these teams working in concert, offensively and defensively.
25 points.
And we'll see what that does for McConnell's offense the rest of the game.
Atkinson against Omori, lays it in. And that's just power on power right there, guys.
Well, the nifty footwork along the baseline and then the power, but also the dexterity and agility to finish. He's 12 of 14 on the game.
McConnell said, you ask and you shall receive. Got his foot set. Nice job there. And then here's Atkinson. I wouldn't quite call this a Hakeem Olajuwon spin, but it's close. Nice job for the young man.
Notre Dame up by 1. The last NCAA tournament game with multiple overtime periods, 2016, the round of 32. Texas A&M defeated Northern Iowa. So this is what's at stake. Number 6 Alabama is waiting, Rutgers or Notre Dame. Each team with 1 timeout left. 1:21 to play.
It'll be pretty interesting. Whomever wins this game, is fatigue going to be a factor?
Yeah.
You know, charter flight tonight.
Yeah, double overtime, but the adrenaline as well. And then the quick turn and playing quality opponent in your next game.
Let's go to our eavesdropper, John Rothstein.
Well, Tom, it's real simple in the Notre Dame huddle. We have a lead. No layups. Make them earn anything they have. This is the NCAA tournament. A trip to San Diego is on the line, Tom.
Yeah, it is. Somebody's got to get Avery Johnson to San Diego.
I'm on the charter, Tom. I want to clarify that.
I know.
I'm not flying commercial.
But one of these teams is
You're
going
not
to take
taking me with you, are you? I get that sense. I'm not along with you to phone out. I'd be part of the posse.
85-84. And Harper bobbles it on the dribble, goes down low to Amore. Baker gets his feet set. Extra second, no good. Rebound by McConnell. He's double digits in rebounds.
No rush. Get organized.
Under a minute to play. Second overtime.
Good reset.
Baker to the corner.
Nice skip.
McConnell for three. No good. Amore with the rebound. Knocked away by Ryan. Picked up by Hub.
Great swarm by the Irish, rallying back to the paint. 3 against 1. Amore working by himself.
And in that situation, you really don't want to foul. It's 40 seconds on the clock, 40.9. Get back, get your defense set. It's not 4.9. And I don't know, in situations like that, you know, kids think they may hear foul from somewhere.
Coach Michael.
Well,
the Geo Baker right now.
Yeah, he came out of that, Avery, and said, that's not a foul. So I don't think he tried to do it. Here's Hub to the line. 2 shots. Makes the first one. 2-point lead. He has 8. Again, free throw shooting is usually Mike Bray's friend, but they're 8 of 15 tonight.
Really impressed with the Irish collective rebounding. Blake Wesley's been outstanding in the 2 overtime periods, but that last possession was a gang tackle approach on the boards.
Second shot is good. Mike Bray calls the timeout. That's his last. .9 seconds to play. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. We are officially at midnight in the East. Thursday, March 17th. And the Irish are hoping that, well, you know, that there's a little luck. 3-point lead for Notre Dame. Irish called the timeout. We've seen some in the regulation in the first overtime. Really good action offensively to force an extra session. Let's talk first. What's Rutgers going to do, Avery?
Well, Rutgers is going to get the ball in the Geo Baker's hands. He's trying to reject pick and rolls. What that means is if a big guy comes up to set a pick and roll, he goes the opposite way. Maybe this time he'll utilize the pick and roll to try to get the bigger defender and try to get Amore for a lob going towards the basket.
All right, let's give you a little bit of idea about Notre Dame.
Well, I think Notre Dame's going to continue to do what they've done. That's why they're in position to win this game. Defensively, they've wanted to keep everything in front, force Rutgers to shoot over the top with jump shots, but not inside of their defense.
John, you listened in at Rutgers?
I was, Tom, and from Steve Michael, it's really clear. Let's score, let's make a shot, but more importantly, let's get a stop. That's the side of the floor that's costing us, Tom.
Yeah, he's been saying that really all game long.
I don't think Rutgers has to settle for a 3 with this much time.
All right.
You know, if it's in rhythm and it's open and it's come out of your concepts, okay, a good shot is a good shot, but look inside first.
Baker worked off the ball for a moment.
Here it is.
Off the screen. The handoff to Harper. Harper for 3. It's good! Oh, my! He's tied it at 87. He has 22. There's 22 seconds left. No timeouts for Notre Dame. Wesley will hold it.
Coach Michael's telling his team, stay down. Don't go for any pump fakes here. Stay disciplined.
Defend without fouling.
The freshman with the basketball. Wesley heads to the hoop. Wesley off balance shot, no good. Atkinson put back. It's good. 1.4 to play. Here comes Geo Baker. He didn't get it off. That's it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Notre Dame in double overtime has
with a 2-point victory. How about Blake Wesley, fellas? Makes the bucket, the drive to force double overtime, and gets the game-winning drive gets cleaned up by Atkinson, and the hunch by Mike Gray. Have a hunch, bet a bunch to put Atkinson back in the game to start the second overtime, and it paid big dividends.
Huge three here by Ron Harper Jr. Outstanding.
Here's Atkinson. His putback. It's a beauty. The transfer from Yale finishes with 26 points.
How about 13 of 15? Kind of a high percentage finisher.
I'll be honest with you guys. Rutgers didn't lose this game because of, well, I mean, of course they lost because of, Notre Dame hitting the shot to win it. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, Rutgers lost this game. Thanks, Red Thunderheart. Appreciate you, man. Rutgers lost this game because they couldn't get stops, And on top of that, Mulcahy had a terrible foul. Don't know why he would foul full court, quite honestly. Yeah, Rutgers lost this game strictly because they were just too... I don't know if it's the jitters, excitement, but they couldn't sit down and get a stop. You understand? You got a guy like Paul Atkinson Jr. He's looking to get an offensive damn rebound. Why not do your best and try to get him out of the paint? Him and Lecheski. You want to get those two guys out the paint, On top of that, they let Blake Wesley drive into the paint. He almost damn near won the game for him. But yeah, man, it was just Rutgers just wasn't disciplined on defense, which is crazy because they're a disciplined team. Ron Harper Jr., it sucks because he hit two big shots. Two big shots, man. Ron Harper Jr. has some ice in his veins, man. He ended the game with 22 points, 9 for 14 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. But yeah, Paul Atkinson Jr. and Lecheski and Cormac Ryan pretty much led their team to victory. Paul Atkinson with 26 points, 13 for 15 from the field. My goodness, he was shooting the lights out. 6 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. Clifford Omori, the big man for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Caleb McConnell, he kind of cooled off, man. I don't know what happened to him. He was lights out first half, but second half, he didn't really shoot the ball that much. He had ended the game with 23 points, and it's crazy because he had 23, so you guys can imagine what he was doing in the first half for him not to be shooting the ball that much in the second half. But 23 points for him, 10 for 12 from the field, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. I have to be honest, though, Geo Baker, not that he lost the game for his team because he did hit some big shots, but Geo Baker was trying to force too much stuff. And I feel like that first overtime, they could have got a better shot than the one he shot. Yeah, he forced that shot to win the game. But hey, this is all a lesson for them. To go to double overtime in March is something cool, This is something they could tell their kids years from now or whatever the case may be. But shout out to Rutgers, shout out to Notre Dame for making it to the second round. Kelly Dawn Patterson, Alabama Jamma for them Irish next. Yup, that is true, Alabama Jamma. I will say this. I do expect Alabama to beat them. Alabama's just a little bit too much of a I don't know. I like Alabama's team. They're disciplined. I don't think what happened to Rutgers would have happened to Alabama if this was a Notre Dame Alabama game. But yeah, Rutgers just couldn't get a stop, man. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. My daughter's dating Paul. My sister's dating Paul. Are you serious, Daniel? Hey, yo, well, tell your sister that she's, based on what I saw today, she's dating an NBA prospect. So, well, she should already know that, though. But shout out to, that's funny, Daniel. Yeah, tell your sister that she's dating an NBA prospect, without a doubt. But yeah, shout out to Notre Dame though. They did their thing. I did say Rutgers was gonna win, so I feel kind of, not that I feel stupid, but I do feel like Rutgers could have won this game. Like I said, if they just got some stops. You understand? A kill in basketball is when you get 2 straight. Wait, is it 2 straight stops or is it 3 straight stops? I forgot. What a kill is basically multiple stops in a row, right? And when you're able to get multiple defensive stops in a row, it kind of shows that the offensive team that, okay, yeah, these guys they're not going to give it to us easy, you know. And Rutgers was just getting scored on left and right, bucket after bucket. You know, Notre Dame was getting, you know, some kills. They were getting multiple stops in a row. And like I said, man, defense matters. I'm a firm believer in rebounds and assists. I think that the team with the most rebounds and assists usually does end up winning the game. But in this game, strangely, it was not the case. Rutgers had 44 rebounds to Notre Dame's 32, and they had 22 assists to Notre Dame's 17. So this was just a straight game of buckets. A straight game of buckets. It was the team that came out here and got buckets. Notre Dame did have, like, what was it, 54, 56 points in the paint. You know, and that's crazy to think about in college basketball. You know, I believe they have 56 points in the paint, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So they were bullying Rutgers in the paint. And I just felt like, even though Ron Harper Jr. hit that shot, but yeah, I just felt like Rutgers was just forcing a lot of stupid shots, honestly. Great Foss, go Irish. Arizona going to take it all. It's not a bad take. That's definitely not a bad take. I can see Arizona winning it all, without a doubt. I also can see Gonzaga winning it all this year, you know, or Kansas. I think Kansas is a sleeper. I know they're a top seed, but I do believe Kansas is a sleeper. I think with Remy Martin back on that team, that gel is there. McCormack is going to come out here and, you know, he's just going to demolish whoever's in Kansas's way. But yeah, Arizona is not a bad take at all, without a doubt. But that's gonna do it. We will be back here tomorrow at noon for the beginning of the games for tomorrow. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in and enjoying the stream with me. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow at noon. So stay tuned for that. If you could like the stream, it will be much appreciated. If you could also comment and subscribe as well. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. And I'm out.